A community ticket initiative is providing the next generation of WVU fans a seat at Hope Coliseum. I'm Bryce Cohen, and coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll explain how a six-figure donation is helping pack the Coliseum.
West Virginia University Club Ice Hockey is going out with the old and in with the new, with a brand new jersey to match their brand new rink. I'm TJ Corcoran, and straight ahead on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll tell you about the club hockey team's new jerseys.
Finding consistency at this point of the season is crucial for the Mountaineers. I'm Connor Durkin, and I'll explain just how important it is to find unity as a team. Mountaineer Playbook starts right now.
The WVU women's basketball team is building momentum heading into the final weeks of the season. I'm Bryce Cohen.
And I'm Corey Moore. The 2026 Winter Olympics is underway in Italy, Bryce, and one of the game's most unique sports has made its way to Morgantown.
These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, an Emmy-award-winning sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at West Virginia University.
The WVU Golf Practice Facility, located at Pete Dye Golf Club, officially has a new name, thanks to a generous donation. The $5 million facility, now called the Meredith Family Golf Performance Center, opened in 2024 in Bridgeport, West Virginia, allowing student athletes to train year-round, regardless of the weather. University officials say this generosity from the Meredith family will help continue to make the state-of-the-art center a major recruitment tool and strengthen the program's ability to compete at a national level.
WVU fans have packed the house in Ross Hodge's first year as the head coach. The men's basketball team is currently 14-2 at home, with just 2 more games left at Hope Coliseum. These results show a contribution made in November is doing exactly what it set out to do: give WVU fans from the community the chance to impact the game.
Mountaineer Nation has made Hope Coliseum as loud as ever this season. First-year head coach Ross Hodge has attributed part of the team's success to WVU's overwhelming atmosphere.
No matter who's in charge, the faithful comes out. We support our state and the people that do support us, and that just happens to be the men's basketball on those nights. Where the women's basketball, it's just we come out and support.
That environment wasn't created by accident. DAC Energy, a longtime supporter of Mountaineer athletics, swung the gates open for a new wave of fans to experience West Virginia basketball, thanks to a $100,000 contribution this past fall. For select games, WVU fans can claim up to 4 tickets free of charge to attend men's basketball games through WVU's ticketing promotions website. The initiative has turned lackluster crowds in the non-conference schedule into rowdy environments. 4,200 tickets were distributed over 6 non-conference and 3 Big 12 games to local communities in West Virginia, lowering the financial barrier for attendance. Corey Chambers, the Senior Director of Development at the Mountaineer Athletic Club, says the Mason family, the owners of DAC, have heard positive fan reception.
An individual in their local community who was able to secure tickets for their family that's never been to a game, and was very, very direct to them to say, you know, without a program like this, we wouldn't have been able to come up.
The expensive attendance for a family of 4 is significantly decreased. For WVU's matchup against Utah on February 18th, the cost of 4 200-level tickets, hot dogs, and fountain sodas would run a family $112. With tickets claimed from the program, it takes the cost of the experience down more than 60%.
For tickets to be provided to people who are huge fans, who are passionate about our state and our university, who don't normally get to come. They're more rowdy, they're excited, and they love being a part of it, so I think it's a great thing.
Just 6 years ago, DAC modernized all the seats in the arena, and through its generosity, it'll keep them filled.
According to WVU Athletic Director Ren Baker, this community ticket initiative from the Mason family has the potential to introduce a new generation of passionate fans to Mountaineer hoops.
Hope Coliseum is recognized as one of the toughest places to play for a reason, Bryce, but keeping that same consistency away from home has been a struggle for Hodge's team.
That's right, Corey. With only a month left until the NCAA tournament, WVU is digging deep and finding its ways to keep postseason hopes within reach.
Our men's basketball reporter Connor Durkin joins us in the studio with the story. Connor?
Thanks, Corey. Bryce, with a team full of transfers, it can take time to build the kind of bond that will translate onto the court. With less than a month left in the regular season, Hodges' team has found ways to come together and grind out some crucial wins. But the work is still far from over. There are some messages on a basketball team that remain prevalent all season long. As March looms closer, players and head coach Ross Hodge are re-emphasizing the theme of finding consistency, from tip-off to the final buzzer.
You can't be embarrassed because you're missing free throws. You can't be embarrassed because you're missing wide open threes. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. You know, don't run from it. Own it. Take accountability on it. Work on it like you've never worked on it before. And then the next time you're in those situations, you got to lean into it and you got to trust your work. And those guys are doing that.
One area the Mountaineers have struggled in is fundamentals, especially at the free throw line, where inconsistency has cost them big time, especially in close games. Free throws have been a struggle for the Mountaineers all season. Through 24 games, the Mountaineers are at the bottom of the conference, shooting 67%. After a 7-point loss to nationally ranked Texas Tech, WVU missed 10 of 23 shots from the line. The players also emphasize constant communication, especially on the offensive side of the court.
As much as we communicate on defense, or we need to be communicating on defense, we need to be doing that on offense as well. And I don't think we do that enough. And I think if we did talk to each other more on the offensive end, it would help us as a team for sure.
For 6 players, it's their last chance to achieve the ultimate goal of playing in the NCAA tournament. Continued consistency is what can carry them on to the big dance. On Valentine's Day, the Mountaineers completed their second comeback road victory in 9 days, as a 14-point deficit turned into a 7-point win over UCF. Hodges' team was in the same situation 2 games prior in Cincinnati, and they edged the Bearcats 59-54. It marked the program's biggest comeback victory in the last 4 years.
Thanks, Connor. The men's basketball team isn't the only program focused on unity this season. WVU's club hockey teams have been working together to build a community around the sport here in Morgantown.
That's right, Corey. Their growing support helped fund a trip to Europe, where the men's hockey teams played 5 international exhibition games, and they brought a piece of their travels home for fans to enjoy. Our TJ Corcoran reports.
Club hockey programs in the ACHA have to get creative to give their athletes the best. At West Virginia, jerseys and merchandise are taking the program to new heights and even new continents. This winter break, student athletes from WVU hockey funded their own trip to Finland and Sweden. Sporting brand new cream-colored jerseys with a Skating Mountaineer logo on the chest, accented with a Finnish Let's Go and a Swedish Mountaineers on each shoulder. We were doing the photo shoot and people on the street were coming up to us and wanting to take pictures with us. And if they weren't taking pictures with us, they were taking pictures of us. They just, I don't know if they thought we were pro or what, but it was a fun experience, and I'll never forget those moments. So. Now back in the U.S., the program continues trying to grow the game in its home state. With only 4 rinks in West Virginia, hockey is hard to access for many in Appalachia. Last month, the Division III team made the program's annual trip to Charleston, West Virginia. Carson Martin, a Charleston native, got to play in both sold-out games for WVU.
Playing at home, I mean, that was next level experience. I played there for 15 years. I grew up watching WVU hockey there. I was one of those little kids up in the stands thinking these guys are the next best thing and getting pictures with them and whatnot, so it was great.
Hope Gas Ice Pavilion is the newest sheet of ice in West Virginia. Rinks like this are looking to change the culture around hockey in the state, with not 1, but 2 league playoff tournaments. WVU is set to host the CHMA and CHE playoffs for the first time ever. Officials at Hope Gas and within WVU hockey look to make this more than just a one-off event.
Their idea, at least the rink, is they want to keep it here. So they want to put on a good show for them.
With playoffs throughout the end of February and nationals in March, fans can support the team through buying their own jersey at the web address on your screen. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm TJ Corcoran.
When it comes to the Winter Olympics, events like figure skating, snowboarding, and hockey often attract the most viewers. But there's another ice sport that is growing in popularity. Local residents don't have to opt for just watching curling, they can get in on the action. The Morgantown Curling Club offers scrimmages and instructional sessions for participants of all levels. The club was founded by Jeff Ryan, who previously traveled to Pittsburgh to practice the sport. Since launching in 2016, the club has focused on introducing curling to as many people as possible. They meet multiple times a month from November through February, combining competitive play with learn-to-curl opportunities. According to USA Curling, there are nearly 200 member clubs across the country.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a look at a few other winter activities that local residents are taking advantage of this season.
This story and more after the break.
Mark Kellogg doesn't just talk about winning, he built it. I'm Quinn Roby, and after the break on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll show you how his 78 career winning percentage has him as one of the most successful active head coaches in the game.
West Virginia women's basketball is the only Big 12 program without a reported injury in the calendar year. I'm Corey Moore, and straight ahead, I'll show you why the Mountaineers' best ability is availability.
Mountaineer Playbook brings you the action and adventure of West Virginia sports like no one else. From epic climbs to thrilling touchdowns, we capture it all, right from the heart of West Virginia University.
Yeah, this is you, Rachel.
An Emmy-nominated show produced by students in the Reed School of Journalism and Communications, covering what moves you. Catch us on YouTube, on the web, and on the Reed School of Media's website.
Jonathan, Rachel, back to you.
Stay inspired. Stay adventurous. Watch Mountaineer Playbook.
10 seconds.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. Nearly all of the women's basketball teams in the Big 12 have dealt with 2 or more injuries on their roster at some point this season, Corey.
The only exception, Bryce, is Mark Kellogg's team. No player has missed more than 3 games due to injury, something that can be credited to a new member of the WVU staff. This is the patented defense of West Virginia women's basketball. Since coming to WVU in 2023, head coach Mark Kellogg has led one of the most active defenses in the Big 12, and conference opponents have taken notice.
I think out of all the Big 12 teams we've played, I think I'm most impressed by them. Their speed, their athleticism, their ability to turn you over. We've played a lot of the top dogs already, and I think they're right up there in the conversation, if not at the tops.
The Mountaineers have ramped up their aggressive pace of play on both ends of the court and now force the most turnovers of any Power 4 team in the nation. Most notably, they've done so without a single reported injury this season, a feat accomplished by no other program in the Big 12. West Virginia's 11-player roster falls 4 spots short of the NCAA maximum of 15, but the Mountaineers' high availability and division of playing time leaves nothing to be desired from a depth standpoint. Mark Kellogg and his staff have 6 trusted options on the bench at all times, with 1, 2, 3, 4 subs playing more than 10 minutes per game on average. West Virginia's health can be largely credited to first-year athletic trainer Javiera Gonzalez. From one-on-one training to mandatory recovery, Gonzalez's efforts directly improve physical health. But she says health education plays the biggest role in keeping Mountaineers on the court.
For example, it's very cold outside and I'm telling them you gotta go inside the cold tub. They will be like, oh my gosh, no, like why would I do that? And I'm like, okay, here is why. And I give them all the explanation possible. And they will be like, okay, then I'll get in. So yeah, I think education is played a big role when we educated them at the beginning of the season.
Whatever the source, WVU's treatments, resources, and staff have kept the Mountaineers active 40 minutes per game, with just 1 month remaining in the regular season.
Mark Kellogg guided the women's basketball team to back-to-back 25-win seasons for the first time in program history. And Corey, he's just a few wins away from making it 3 straight in that category.
That's right, Bryce. Quinn Roby joins us live in the studio for his segment of Coach's Corner with a closer look at Mark Kellogg's growing resume. Quinn?
Thanks, Corey. Bryce, he may be in just his 3rd season at WVU, but Kellogg isn't new to success. He's won 78% of his games over his 21-year career, and it's his loyalty to the same style of play that has brought him success at every level.
Under Mark Kellogg, defense is key. It always has been. This season, West Virginia is forcing 23 opponent turnovers per game, which ranks number 1 in the Big 12 and top 15 in the NCAA. But Kellogg says it's not the philosophy that brings that success, it's the players.
An expectation, I've used it, just try to be a consistent guy, not get too high, too low, winning and losing, and not get outcome based and process oriented. And so I think when you kind of keep it real like that, then you're able to kind of move past those. But we're going to get better whether we win or lose. We always tell them that.
The numbers behind Mark Kellogg's career tell a bigger story, one that puts the WVU head coach among the nation's best.
Mark Kellogg isn't just winning at WVU, he's been winning everywhere. Coach Kellogg ranks among the highest of Division I active head coaches with at least 10 years of experience.
Play-by-play broadcaster Andrew Caridi says that it's the standard that has brought Coach Kellogg success.
Yeah, I just think he's really well prepared. I think when it comes to his scout and when it comes to his players, I think he has a pretty obvious goal for what he wants to see with his players. So I think when he goes in, the players know exactly what to expect, what they're expected to do in the standard. He always talks about the standard. And so I think when you have a clear-cut, goal of what you're trying to accomplish, and obviously he's just a great basketball mind. You're not a top 5 winningest active coach for a mistake. It happens for a reason. So I think he's got a really good understanding, really well prepared.
With signature wins over 3 top 25 teams, the Mountaineers have positioned themselves for a serious push back to the NCAA tournament. If this season is any indication, that winning formula can get them there.
It marks the 2nd straight season with a trio of ranked wins, giving Kellogg 8 top 25 victories since arriving at WVU. His team currently sits inside the top 20 in the national standings. Their 106-56 win over UCF on February 11th marked the most points scored in a conference game in program history.
Thanks, Quinn. After a stretch of winter weather in Monongalia County, the tubing hill at Chestnut Ridge Park has seen an increase in visitors. Recent heavy snowfall and below average temperatures have created the perfect opportunity to take advantage of one of the most popular winter attractions in the area. For just $10, visitors can secure 2 hours on the tubing hill with tickets released weekly on a first-come, first-served basis. Despite the cold, the community continues to bundle up and make their way to the park for the thrill of the hill and the atmosphere that comes with it. From tubing runs to warming up by the fire, the park has something for everyone to enjoy.
Well, it's a place where we can come together. I know that I have extended family that comes into Morgantown, and this is kind of where we all end up coming to. So there's so many different things, and it's just a great place to be.
Chestnut Ridge Park also has a convenient rope tow that transports participants back to the top of a multi-lane hill, making it equipped for tubers of all ages.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, from now until the end of summer, neighborhood nights are back in Mon County.
This story and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook.
After the break, I'm Andrew Hartlove, and I'll show you how the WVU Caving Club explores the world right underneath my feet.
Mountaineer Playbook brings you the action and adventure of West Virginia sports like no one else. From epic climbs to thrilling touchdowns, we capture it all, right from the heart of West Virginia University.
Yeah, this is you, Rachel.
An Emmy-nominated show produced by students in the Reed School of Journalism and Communications, covering what moves you. Catch us on YouTube, on the web, and on the Reed School of Media's website.
Dix, Jonathan, Rachel, back to you.
Stay inspired. Stay adventurous. Watch Mountaineer Playbook.
10 seconds.
Hi, we're WVU. You probably know us for screaming. And yeah, we're pretty good at it. But here, it's more than a chant. It's our celebration of innovation.
Let's go.
Our rallying cry for community.
Let's go!
And honestly, it's just our way of life. So whether you're chasing big dreams or just chasing sunsets,
let's go!
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. According to the National Park Service, Bryce, there are more than 45,000 documented caves in the United States.
That's right, Corey. Research shows that nearly 2 million Americans visit caves every year. Our adventure reporter Andrew Hartlove joins us from the Media Innovation Center to tell us how WVU students are exploring these underground spaces. Andrew?
Thanks, Bryce. Corey, West Virginia is known as the Mountain State. And while its main attractions are the towering peaks, there's a small group of mountaineers who are more fascinated with the nooks and crannies that lie beneath the rocky heights. The WVU Caving Club doesn't just explore, it helps students study and preserve West Virginia's underground environments.
Since 1977, the WVU Caving Club has been training, exploring, and educating students about the overlooked world of caves. Their work starts here in Brooks Hall, where the Caving Club meets to discuss future trips and holds info sessions about the skills that are necessary for the hobby. Mark Boltler is the current chairman of the only student caving organization in the state of West Virginia. He leads the training sessions in both the classroom and at the WVU Rockwall.
I like to meet with them frequently, and then we also go over cave safety, how to lead those trips safely, and the steps to take when you're going into a cave.
For these students, caving isn't just about what's underground. It's about redefining what exploration looks like.
Members will use what they learn in the classroom and in training to explore more than 4,200 caves in the state of West Virginia.
But the WVU Caving Club doesn't just cave recreationally. There's also scientific surveying and mapping. Using geological data, existing cave records, and surface clues like sinkholes and airflows, students can narrow the search for undiscovered caves.
A lot of them are geologists and engineers. So by looking at the geology of the land, they can determine whether or not there could potentially be a cave underneath it and mapping it.
While they continue pushing the boundaries of exploration, their mission doesn't exactly stop there. They carefully map out fragile systems, minimize human impacts like mining and excavation, and work to preserve those underground environments for future generations to come.
These kids are very important to me because they're project cavers. They're developing new ways to do things. They're developing new caves. They're learning how to safely explore things and creating new information that wasn't there before.
In a state defined by its mountains, these students are proving that there's just as much to discover beneath them.
The WVU Caving Club is open for new volunteers of all skill levels every semester. You can follow along with their adventures on Instagram at WVU Student Grotto. Activities can be hard to come by in the winter months, but the Morgantown Board of Parks and Recreation has put together a series of events that give the community something to look forward to. My fellow adventure reporter Lucas Turmo has a story.
How I love those West Virginia.
The second edition of Neighborhood Nights took place at the Wiles Hill Community Center on February 10th. Guests enjoyed live music from local performer Chris Haddix, along with a variety of recreational activities, including a bull pottery workshop. Ballpark's Division Director Bree Starsick says that this is the center of Ballpark's mission.
What we wanted to do was really just give something for everyone, no matter what you liked. What Ballpark's mission is to fill gaps in recreation, and that's what we're here to do.
Those in attendance also participated in a fused glass tree workshop. On their creations, they wrote a message about their favorite rail trail in the state. Each tree will be on display at the WV Outdoor Economy Summit in Charleston later this month.
Neighborhood Nights guests also learned a lot of facts about the Mountain River Rail Trails, including the rich history of the once bustling railway that transported coal, limestone, and glass to help boost the growth of Morgantown. By tuning into the screening of From Rails to Trails that highlighted why this trail was inducted into the 2020 Rail Trail Hall of Fame.
After each screening of the documentary, there was a Q&A with Ella Belling, director of the Mountain River Trails Conservancy.
Part of the reason we're here tonight is to talk about this long distance corridor where we're trying to hook our trail network up to create a 238-mile connection from Parkersburg to Pittsburgh.
Once completed, this connected rail trail will be the 4th largest rail trail in the U.S. Neighborhood Nights will continue here in Mon County on the second Tuesday of every month, the next one being on March 10th. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Lucas Turmo.
For more information about Neighborhood Nights, visit the link at the bottom of your screen. The next event in March will be an egg hunt in White Park. The Boat Park series will continue through August 11th. Corey, Bryce, back to you at the Waterfront Studio.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook, an Emmy-award-winning sports magazine show where we dive into inspiring stories of coaches, players, and passionate fans who make the sports world truly remarkable. I'm Corey Moore.
And I'm Bryce Cohen. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook at Mountaineer Playbook. You can also stream our shows on HD Media's websites and watch our broadcasts on West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Thank you for joining us here on Mountaineer Playbook.